Hello and welcome to another video in the series with the Steinberg Systems SBS-WS-500 weather station. In this video we will take a look where the measurements are stored for the additional sensors. Welcome to the video. In this video we will take a short look at the two previous videos. The video number 4, in that one we did connect the additional weather sensors to the weather station. Those can measure temperatures and humidity values. In the video number 5 we did take a look at how we can harvest the data saved by the weather station in a Spring Boot application. And the question in this video is this weather station a disappointment? Is it not able to persist the measurements of the additional sensors or not? In the previous videos, we, as said, we connected the weather station with 3 additional sensors. And as we did see in that video, the measurements are displayed in the weather station display in this section here above. This section displays the temperature link to the left and the humidity to the right, and the values from the different sensors are cycled here. In the next video, the number 5, we investigated how the collected weather data from the weather station could be harvested through a local custom server. What we could see in that video is that there are a lot of measurements published to the local server, but none of them includes the additional sensors here. And that's of course a little bit of a disappointment. As said, this is quite a disappointment, and you ask yourself, where is the data stored? If it's stored at all. And maybe the user manual has a little hint. On the page 17, there is a section here where there is a hint of a memory card. And let's take a look what the possibilities are with this memory card. This is my current setup. This is the weather station itself, the display of the weather station. Here we have 1 additional sensor. In total I have 3 additional sensors. The additional sensor values are displayed in this section. Here above we can see that the values are cycling through the sensors. You can see that now it's indoor, the indoor sensor. Now it's the channel 1, and now channel 2. As previously said, all those values are not propagated through the Wi-Fi interface to the local servers. and that's a little bit of a disappointment. But as the manual states, there is a slot for a memory card, and the memory slot accepts a standard micro SD card. This one, in my example, this is a SanDisk, 2 gigabytes. And let's see what's happening if I put this memory card in the memory card slot. The slot is situated here on the to the right hand side of the display, and there is a slot here. You might not see it. This might be too bad lighting. There we have it. I put it in firmly like that. And now there is a slight difference in the display. We can now see that there is a new icon displayed, this green symbol. Looks like a memory card, and that means that the station has recognized a memory card in the memory slot. And now let's see what the weather station saves on this memory card, if anything is saved at all. Indeed, there are files on the memory card. Currently there are 4 files on my memory card. They all start with 2025-03. I guess that's the current year and month. The file names then differs, that there is either a letter following the date, the month, the year and month, or an all sensors and then an underscore and a letter. All files are in the CSV file format, separated value files. And let's take a look at 2 of them. Now I have opened 2 of the files. It's one with the suffix all sensors and one without. Let's start with the one without a suffix. The content of the file is, as said, separated value file, and that means that each value is separated by a comma, and one row starts with the date and time and ends here. So this is one row, and this is another row, and the values are explained in this first special row. This is also a comma separated row, but it's not a value row, it's a header row, and that's the values of this row describes the values in the value rows. So the first value here, that's the time. That means then date and time. And the second value is the indoor temperature. And then we have a lot of other values. As it looks, this is the same set of values which are transported over the Wi-Fi API, which we took a look at in the previous video. It seems like the weather station saves also those values on the memory card. Okay, let's take a look on the other file because I haven't found my additional sensor values yet. Maybe they are hiding in the all sensors file. This is the content of the all sensors file. The structure is exactly the same. The content is different. It starts with a header row, and then it follows with the value rows. That's the first one, and the second one goes like that, and then so on. And this file seems to contain my additional sensors because we can remember from the weather station display we did see channel 1, channel 2 and channel 3. And if we look at a value row here, it seems to make sense. The first value is the time, the second value is channel 1, the temperature, and then we have other values here, and then somewhere below here we have the channel 2 and 3 as well. So it seems like the weather station does indeed save the additional weather measurements, and that means that we can log all those additional sensor measurements at least into this comma separated value file format, and then we can process these files, for instance in Microsoft Excel or with some custom software. As it looks like, one value row is saved every 5 minutes, as it looks like. And before we end this video, I will see if I can find the setting for that in the weather station display. Let's see where we can change the saving interval for the measured weather data on the memory card. Let's go to the setup menu, and then when we have entered the setup, we see that there is a section here which says interval, and it's currently set to 5 minutes. Let's change that to 1 minute by using the right arrow and go to the 5, and then we push on the minus button to adjust the value to 1. Then we click on the return button to save the new value. And then to verify, we go to the menu another time. And now we can see the value is 1 for the saving interval. And then let's verify on the memory card that this works. And now to the verification of the interval change from 5 minutes to 1 minute. As we can see, I've scrolled down to the end of the file here. And as we can see, there is a new entry each minute now. And that's for this all sensors file, where the additional sensors are logged. And that's also for the file with the standard measurements, which are delivered out of the box from the weather station. Also, those values are saved each minute. That's all for today. As we could see, the additional sensors and their values are saved, and it's possible to save the values to a memory card, an SD memory card, and it's also possible to change the interval, how often the values are saved, each minute, each 5 minutes, or something else. It means that it's not a disappointment, this weather station. It's not the optimal solution for me, I think, but I can live with this SD card persistence as well. If you found this video interesting or informative, please give it a like and please subscribe to the channel. And then until the next time, bye bye.